Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Hello, captains, and welcome to the live broadcast recording of episode 486 of Priority 1, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast.
Isn't it 89?
It's
89.
Up, down.
It is 89.
Upside down 6.
It is 89. That is right. It is 489 of Priority 1, a Roddenberry Star Trek. Did I say 86?
Yeah.
486 part 3.
I swear I should. Yeah, part 3. Hi everybody. We've got this is our penultimate episode for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You're the guy in charge of the calendar.
One more episode. This one and next week, and then that's it. We're done for 2020.
Thank God.
But 2020 is not done with us.
That's true. 2020 is not done with us. Not done with us. It's funny. I saw a meme the other day. It was like the 2020, the home stretch is something like this, and it was a picture of the two statues at the end of the Neverending Story. The statues are like,
oh God,
the
Oracle.
Yes, the Oracle.
Atreyu.
So that's the. It's Artax. He screams out Artax. That's what he screams. That's what he's the horse's name is Artax.
Yes.
Oh, Artax.
And that's who he's screaming out. He's screaming out Artax. It's not Atreyu. I've made that mistake once before. So.
Only once, though, right?
Yeah,
you were probably brutally corrected by somebody, and it just seared its way into your brain.
It was a funny story. It was a funny story. I'm sticking to it. So, yeah, 2020. It's the end of the year. On I think was it this? Yeah, this Saturday is we're gonna do a little Priority 1 holiday party for our patrons and then our team here. We'll just shoot the shit on Zoom. I'm sorry, on Discord, whatnot. I have to sneeze. Make good radio.
All right. So you can see his nose twitching. You can see his jaw starting to work.
I'm back.
Oh. Hardly had even a minute to do.
No.
It's gonna really wind it up for you, but all right.
So thank you. So yeah, that's about it. We've got and then next week we've got a big interview. I'm okay with saying it. We've locked it in the calendar. I think I'm comfortable. I think we need to start hyping shit up when we announce it. It used to be we were like, no, we shouldn't say anything.
You've got an email from somebody saying I'll be there, right?
Yeah.
Close enough.
So we got next. I gotta sneeze again.
Okay. All right. Seize.
It's so good that he's allergic to it.
That was satisfying, right? That felt good, right?
A little bit.
Good.
Anywho, we've got we've got Andre Emerson on next week with Mr. Mike Fadum himself. Going to wrap up our year with a year in review for Star Trek Online with the executive producer himself and community manager. They'll be joining us next week. That's a very special episode, so you're not going to want to miss it if you haven't already started subscribing. So
wind up the year.
Yes, yeah. And then it's our blooper episode, and then that's it. Second.
Do we have anything good in the tank, Brandon? I mean,
oh yeah,
we didn't screw up at all this year.
I'm like, I'm sure everything was so perfect. There were no bloopers.
One take host.
Be like a 10-minute. Be like a 10-minute episode. Sorry, guys, it's gonna be short.
See, that's my job. I have to pluck the little golden nuggets out and then make it all pretty and then ship it out to everybody.
Oh, those are the nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh, the rest of this stuff is what you pluck it out of. Right.
Yes.
Right. It's the rest of the stuff, the dirt. It's the bloopers that are the nuggets of gold.
But it's the listeners who have to dunk it into the Trek sauce. You know.
That's true. There we go, Brandon. Brandon knows how to do it. That's right. Yeah.
Kind of walked into that one, didn't I?
You did walk in.
I kind of did walk in.
Jason, I'm surprised. Jason's in the chat, and I'm surprised you haven't done something with Trek nuggets and Trek sauce. Something funny.
Please don't do that. Don't do that.
You can't give him marching orders. It has to come from within.
Stop trying to tell me how to be funny, Tony.
Well, if you're failing at it so badly,
Stop.
I can't help but give you advices. Little nudges.
Blow my nose. Make good radio.
This is what I'm talking about here. I mean, he says I have to do bodily functions. Tony, carry the ball, and I'm like, the best I can do is talk about the bodily functions you're doing off screen. That's all I got. I mean,
really?
Yeah. I don't. I mean, what? Go ahead, Kat. I mean, you try to do something.
Yeah, I got nothing.
It's hard. It's not easy.
This is what the radio calls filling in dead air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why theater kids break out in song.
Oh,
yeah.
We can talk about that. I was made an honorary theater kid right before the show.
Yeah,
that's true. Yep.
So
let's go fly a kite and send it soaring.
that's why I'm only an honorary theater kid, because if I had really was one, I would have done that while Elio's off the screen.
All right.
I would have done show tune snippets. Something
And
from the Music Man.
Thursday, that's not Music Man. What's the matter with you?
No, I said something from the Music Man. That's what I would have done. Yeah. Go fly a kite from the Music Man. That's right. Professor Harold Hill.
76 trombones.
Led the big parade.
All right, so then also Thursday. Can you tell it's the end of the year? We don't give a crap. Can you tell?
Nope, we're done.
We're done.
Yep.
We've checked out. The other thing too, Thursday, there's going to be, that's it. Thursday is going to be the Klingon stream. I'm doing it. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, Klingon stream. I've leveled up the Melknezer bit. So stay tuned for that. That's happening Thursday night, 8 o'clock. It's going to be every Thursday, once a week. Because man, it takes like a good half hour to put on that makeup, like a good half hour.
And it takes a half hour to put on any makeup. That's why I quit doing it.
That's true. And as far as the fourth host, what are you talking about, Dave? We haven't even started auditions yet. We haven't even started.
As we noted earlier, it's the end of the year. We no longer give a crap.
It's true.
We're just if it has to be done, we'll do it. If not, then
we're mailing it in. Mailing
it in. This is the postal episode of Priority One.
Hello, John DeVries. Hello, Chrome Road. Hello. You haven't missed anything, Chrome. It's
we just got started.
Last episode.
This is banter.
We've just been bantering.
Hey, Chrome Rogue watched the show on Saturday. What's up?
Shout out to Simi and Cookie Cupcakes is there in the chat.
Cookie!
What's up, Cookie?
Man, I haven't. You have to say hi, Cookie. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
So yeah, man. Don't forget, guys. Hit that share and like button. Make sure if we say something funny that you hit the heart and the thumbs up. Those go a long way in helping us out. So yeah. All right, why don't we do a show? Let's get it. Let's get this done. Kat, why don't you read the opening this week, please?
Okay. Question: is it Manny Koto? Koto?
I think so.
Name?
I think it's Kodo.
Yeah, Kodo.
Koto.
I don't think it's Kato. I think it's Kodo.
Koto.
I think. We're going with it. As long as everyone says it the same way, no one will notice.
Koto.
All right.
All right. Let's start this recording here. And we're starting at the top here with intro in 3, 2.
This week on episode 489 of Priority One, we check out Mike McMahon's new deal, the start of Star Trek-ish. Wait a minute. Is she? Star Trek-ish? E?
It's all
Okay.
all the above.
We check out Mike McMahon's new deal, the start of Star Trek-ish filming. Manny,
Give it a pause
I'm like-
in between each one. Like Star Trek-ish E.
E. Okay.
But like with each hyphen, give it a long pause.
Okay.
An uncomfortable pause.
Okay.
Can you take it from the top just to make Brandon's life a little easier?
Yes.
Thank you.
This week on episode 489 of Priority One, we check out Mike McMahon's new deal, the start of Star Trek-ish E filming, Manny Koto worship, and Star Trek actors get, wait for it, political.
Tony, gasp. No to audio editor. Maybe
Insert gas. Insert gas here.
Yes.
We were just talking about material for the blooper episode at the end of the year. There you go.
There you go.
In Star Trek Gaming, we preview the new synth ship, but not that one. We check out the Tribble giveaway. Then we head over to On Screen to review Discovery's Season 3 episode, Sanctuary.
But actually, not.
Okay. In Star Trek Gaming, we preview the new synth ship, but not the one you think. And we check out the Tribble giveaway. Then we head over on... Whoops. Damn it. Then we head on screen to review...
Look.
Okay. In Star Trek Gaming, we preview the new synth ship. I'm not going to be able to
You
say
got it the
it.
first time.
You're good. You're good. I think you, Brandon, you're good from Then We Look, right? I think so.
Go from
Go ahead.
yeah.
take it
Go
from
go
Star
go,
Trek
go from
Gaming.
Then We
Sorry.
Look. Yeah,
Sorry.
or in Star Trek Gaming. Yeah,
Star Trek
there.
In Star Trek Gaming, we preview the new synth ship, but not the one you think. And we check out the Tribble giveaway. Then we look on screen to review the... Dang. Then we look on screen to review Discovery's Season 3 episode, Sanctuary.
Hello, Captains. You're listening to episode 489, the penultimate episode of 2020 for Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Your weekly recap and review of all the major news happening in the Star Trek multiverse. This episode was recorded live on This episode was recorded live on Tuesday, December 8th, 2020, and available for download or streaming on Friday, December 11th at PriorityOnePodcast.com. I'm Elio.
I'm Kat.
I'm Tony.
And in our live stream booth is our live stream technician, Brandon.
Hey guys.
Hello.
I'm going to go. Captains, each week between episodes, we love to engage in conversations with you, our listeners, on places like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you aren't already following us on any of those, be sure to look us up. There we post things like community questions, special announcements, and so much more. Just search for Priority One Podcast on your favorite social media app, and you will find us. Or you can email us. Reach out to us at incoming@PriorityOnePodcast.com.
I try not to gloat. I try to behave like a humble executive producer.
Yeah, so often.
Shut up, it's true. But the truth is that this production is a miracle. It really is. The fact that we have such a remarkable team of volunteers who donate their time and talents to producing this show is unheard of in the entertainment or new media industry. Everybody's trying to make a buck. Everybody's trying to earn extra money and
Exposure. Don't forget exposure.
and get exposure and line their pockets. But the fact of the matter is, here at Priority One Podcast, sure, we've had some illusions that one day perhaps we'd be picked up, but those were kind of just dreams. Truth of the matter is, producing a podcast Truth of the matter is, when you produce a podcast, you really shouldn't be doing it for the money. You should be doing it for the community because you are passionate about something. And that's what Priority One Podcast is about. We are a group of passionate entertainers and contributors and artists and engineers
And honorary theater kids.
and honorary theater kids that have a passion for Star Trek, and we're carving out our little space in that Star Trek mythos. Without this team, it would not be possible. All the while supported by listeners like you via patreon.com. None of the money that we earn from Patreon or our sponsors goes into our pockets. In fact, it goes right back into the production. It goes right back into the production, and we are so very grateful for that support.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Captains, it really takes a small army of volunteers to produce a show like ours from week to week, and we could use your help. If you'd like to join the team, we're looking for audio editors who can spare 2 or 3 hours a week to help edit one of our segments. Or if you're into video editing, someone who might be willing to clean up our live stream so that we can publish it as a video companion to the podcast.
But most importantly, captains, it's time to shake things up around here. And to that end, we want to renew our commitment to inclusivity, like Star Trek itself does, by adding a new voice to the show. A voice that is going to join us week after week to talk about the latest and greatest from the Star Trek multiverse. We want to make sure...
And perhaps not as cynically as Tony.
Oh, well, I mean, I anchor the one end of the chain. We need somebody that slides down the other end of the spectrum. We don't want to duplicate that. No. Definitely. So if you like Star Trek, and if you think you can hang with us, and if you think you can wrestle me to the ground and smack me around verbally, because we only want to do this verbally, then what you need to do is you need to join the team here.
That's right, captains. Truth be told is that we need to walk the walk and talk the talk. We held others accountable earlier this year, for not voicing and standing up for those who are unable to fight for themselves and need the support of a massive community. And we need to do better here at Priority One Podcast ourselves. So, truth be told, I don't want to be the only person on this team that qualifies as a minority anymore. So we strongly encourage members of the BIPOC community who are also fans of Star Trek Online, Star Trek gaming as a whole, the Star Trek community in general, to participate in the audition process. Our goal has always been to represent the community, and we can do better. And we will do better with your help. I'm done, Kat.
Okay, just making sure. So, if you have a passion for Star Trek, play some Star Trek Online or other Trek games, and have always wanted to elevate your voice in the greater Star Trek community, then visit PriorityOnePodcast.com, review the job descriptions available, and click Join the Team at the top of the webpage. If you have any questions, feel free to write us via incoming@PriorityOnePodcast.com.
Now let's check out...
My bad. Totally my bad.
Now let's check out the latest news from the Star Trek multiverse.
Cool. All right, that ended at 8:35.
All right.
Ooh, we're punchy tonight, aren't we?
Punchy.
Told you it was a hell of a day.
Punchy.
Mm-hmm.
I got punchy earlier.
Did you win?
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
All right, shall we move on?
Sure.
All right.
I think that's a fine idea.
9:10. We'll say 9:10 on this one, Tony.
All right.
Track it out in 3, 2. Although the United States general elections happened a month ago and Joe Biden is our president-elect, all eyes are focused on the state of Georgia, where a critical runoff election is about to take place in January. 2 seats are up for grabs in the Senate. 2 very important seats. So, just because you might have already voted and your state's been counted or recounted or perhaps even recounted again, that doesn't mean you shouldn't care about what's going on in Georgia, especially when Star Trek gets involved. On December 12th, a virtual event will take place with guests that include fan favorites from all generations of Trek. The original series, George Takei. The Next Generation's Frakes, McFadden, Burton, Spiner, New Trek's Pill, Cruz, Rapp, Cabrera, and Martin Green. And that's just naming a few. Headlined by one of Georgia's leading activists and former gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, the goal is to raise funds for the 2 Democratic candidates.
I'm going to get picky.
Is she
Gubernatorial. No,
What did I say?
gubernatorial.
Oh, I said
Gubber.
gubernatorial.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
you know, it's the government.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
gubernatorial. There you go.
Such a weird word.
It is
It
a
really
weird
is.
word. It
Such a
really
weird
is a
word.
weird word. I mean, you didn't say it the weird way. That
did
sounded
not.
weird. It's so weird.
Headlined by one of Georgia's leading activists and former gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, the goal is to raise funds for the 2 Democratic candidates, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock.
I think I've heard it pronounced Ossoff.
Ossoff. It's Ossoff. You're right.
Yeah.
It's Ossoff. My bad. Headlined by one of Georgia's leading activists and former gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, the goal is to raise funds for the 2 Democratic candidates, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. For more information on how you can watch the event and show your support, visit the Act Blue website and donate. According to Deadline, quote, tickets start at $5 per person at the Tribble level and rise up to $500 per person at the Vulcan level. Proceeds go to the Georgia Senate Victory Fund, end quote.
She's a huge Star Trek fan.
She is.
Yes,
man.
she is.
She's been making the rounds.
She was on the Pod Directive, the podcast that Tawny Newsome does.
But it's not only that. I mean, Stacey Abrams has done. I mean, 2020 would not have been possible without Stacey Abrams.
Her
I mean,
her
it just
her credibility stretches over a number of circles.
right.
She has credibility in politics. The Democratic rank and file respect her. The Republican rank and file fear her. And she has a lot of credibility with people outside of politics too, because she's an approachable person. And so she's got some formula going on here that I'm not quite sure. My political mind hasn't quite zeroed in on her yet, but she's got something going on there.
And I mean, if not for nothing, you're paying $5 to watch
All the Trek. Look at all the Trek.
All the
Look at
Trek.
all the
You know what?
Trek.
Just give $5. Even if you live somewhere else, you know, you're going to be able to spend $5 to watch this event. And you know what? Forget that you're donating to getting the Democrats 2 more seats in the Senate, even though that's very important and you should be thinking about it. Let's say you don't want to. Let's say you don't want it to be about politics. Just think about how awesome it's going to be to watch all of these Star Trek stars
Talk about politics.
talk about what's important. Tony, I'm trying. A spoonful of
Don't sugarcoat it, man. Don't sugarcoat it, man.
man. Jesus. It's just a Mary Poppins night tonight.
So, Star Trek Lower Decks has a couple months to simmer in the grander
Has had.
lexicon. What? Has had. So, Star Trek Lower Decks has had a couple of months to simmer in the grander lexicon of Star Trek television. Turns out the show and its creator are nowhere near being done. Variety's Will Thorne reports Mike McMahon has just signed a 2-year deal with Paramount CBS. The announcement was made by CBS Studios Senior Vice President Alec Botnick, who said of the signing, quote, "We feel so fortunate that Mike chose to partner with us for this next stage of his career. He is a true savant whose passion for and knowledge of animation is inspirational. Being able to be a part of his journey and helping him realize the stories he wants to tell and how he wants to tell them is the reason many of us got into this business," end quote. The deal locks up the creator-writer for 2 years and includes exclusive rights to produce all of McMahon's TV content. McMahon expressed his feelings on the signing, saying, quote, "I'm so excited to continue my television journey with my friends at CBS. I've always wanted to be allies with a corporation whose logo is a giant unblinking eye. I think we'll be able to make some truly weird stuff together," end quote. As always, we'll have a link to the Variety article in our show notes.
This guy is so
He's
weird.
funny. He's so awesome.
It's just so, like, what a quote. What a quote.
This guy. I like this guy. I mean, it's just. I mean, and this is the fun part here. He's gonna keep doing Lower Decks, obviously, but they also want him to pitch them other stuff.
Yeah, I like how they're saying exclusive rights to produce all of McMahon's TV content. That's very interesting.
They're expecting more pitches from him. Now, in my fever dreams, he pitches them another Star Trek show, just not an animated one. But apparently, he's sticking with animation because they really hit the animation thing pretty hard there.
Man, could he be an advisor at least?
They really need to make him the keeper of the canon. That needs to be his job.
I don't know. No. I don't. I let's not. He had one season, guys. Let's not jump to this whole. Like, come on.
He did Star Trek season 8 on Twitter.
Yeah, but
he had 2 seasons.
I bought the book that went with it, and the book isn't that funny.
It's because it's not. This is the whole thing between binging and episodic viewing. If you saw them as episodes on Twitter, they were fantastic. I think if you sat down to binge it, it's probably not so good.
Perhaps.
Sorry, I got distracted by chat.
Ow.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
If Star Trek Discovery or its counterpart, Star Trek Picard, aren't reaching your nostalgic Star Trek itch, the Orville is likely your go-to back scratcher. And if that's the case, we've got some really good news for you. Season 3 has begun filming. The Orville's official Twitter handle tweeted on December 4th, quote, "And we're back. Season 3 filming has officially started. Hashtag the Orville," end quote. The show's senior editor and co-executive producer Tom Constantino joined the Twitter fun, giving us a behind-the-scenes... The show's senior editor and co-executive producer Tom Constantino joined the Twitter fun, giving us a behind-the-scenes image of a personal protective equipment wearing crew hard at work. Later, a mask-clad Chad Coleman, the one and only Bortus, hit Instagram with a video message proclaiming, quote, "Even mock lids mask up," end quote. With no official announcement regarding release dates, While no official announcement regarding release dates has been made, it is likely we won't get to watch the Orville's 3rd season until the end of 2021 at the earliest. But it's really nice to know it's filming. It's nice to know it's coming.
I am so excited for season 3 of the Orville. And I am I would be there's already a few months ago there were rumor vapors floating about that Hulu did not sign up for a season 4 already and it was canceled the moment it got to Hulu, that it was only going to be season 3 and that's it. I really hope that that's nothing but rumors. And I hope that the Orville has such a successful season 3 that it just skyrockets. And it's funny because I kind of forget about the Orville every once in a while. Like as I'm in between shows, right? I usually will go back to good old Star Trek, and then I think to myself, "Oh, wait a minute, there's the Orville. I can watch the Orville." And it's got some replayability.
I want to do a rewatch. I think it's ready. I think I'm ready for a rewatch.
I think yes, you should do a rewatch. You should absolutely do a rewatch.
I'm really looking forward to the new season of Orville, and I just the other day, Dolly Parton was in the news because she donated money towards one of the COVID vaccines, and I was just thinking, man, that lady's everywhere, because she's written like all the great songs you like, and it made me think. There's that bit in Orville in one of the episodes in season 2 where they played 9 to 5 in the background between a ground battle interspersed with a space battle. And it just worked.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Just so good.
Yep.
So I'm like, so Dolly Parton is everywhere, including on the Orville.
What I also like about this season 3 announcement is that supposedly the episodes are going to be longer on Hulu. They're actually going to get longer. The episodes will be a little longer. So
because it won't have to fit into TV. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yay.
Have you guys watched Electric Dreams on Amazon Prime?
No. Is it good?
So it's an anthology series, right? Kind of like Black Mirror or...
Isn't it based on Philip K. Dick
yes,
novels?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So I watched one of them that I really liked, and then I started watching the one with Bryan Cranston, and I was like, I'm kind of falling asleep during this one. but I want to give it a really like a solid attempt at watching all of them because I'm digging the Twilight Zone, Black Mirror anthologies. I'm kind of digging that storytelling, these short stories.
I like some of those shows. It can be a bit of a gamble, though.
Well, I mean, that's part of it. Some of them they're kind of hit and miss, but there's a reason why the format has lasted 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that leads us to our first community question this week. Are you more excited for Star Trek Discovery Season 4, Picard Season 2, Lower Decks Season 2, or the Orville Season 3? Let us know in the comments section for this episode at Priority One Podcast. Oh, wait. What, Tony? I saw that.
Oh, no. That was me thinking it's a hard decision.
Oh. Let us know.
That was in my brain. Sorry, it leaked onto my face. There's another one for you, Brandon.
Let us know in the comments section for this episode at PriorityOnePodcast.com or by replying to our community question post on our social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
If you've listened for any length of time to this podcast, you probably know our feelings on Star Trek Enterprise's 4th season, right, Tony?
Yes.
This week, the man responsible for some of the Season 4 magic, showrunner and writer Manny Koto, sat down with Looper to talk about his prolific career and reflected on his time with Enterprise. Koto recalled that the series was all but canceled prior to his taking the reins, and he used the opportunity to tell stories he felt were worth telling. Quote, My goal wasn't to really patch anything up. It was simply to kind of do the episodes that I would want to see, because I knew this was going to be one season. I knew, and everybody knew, that it was not going to come back, and Paramount was already thinking of the next incarnation. So I just set about trying to have as much fun and do as many interesting episodes as I possibly could, end quote. But did the experience of captaining a damned ship sour Koto's possible return to the franchise? Would Koto return to Star Trek? Quote, oh, definitely. I would jump on it. I mean, Trek was what got me into the business as a kid, and it's what got me in, meaning it's what I fell in love with that made me want to do this. And so it's in my genes, and I will never really properly escape it, end quote.
Okay, so hire Ronald D. Moore and Mike McMahon and Manny Koto as the power triumvirate triple threat team to put together the next Star Trek series.
I don't think Ronald D. Moore would do it, but yes.
Well, I'm a little curious.
Give him
what
plenty of
else
money.
has Manny Koto done? I'm pulling up his
Don't care.
IMDb now as we speak.
Don't care. Enterprise Season 4, some of the best Trek ever filmed.
So most recently, he's doing Next on FX. It's that AI series, the AI Gone Amok, with the guy from the advertising show. Jesus.
John Hamm.
John Hamm from...
With John Hamm from...
Mad Men.
Yes, thank you guys.
Mad Men.
But he's also done Dexter. He did several episodes of Dexter. He did the Enterprise, of course. 24 Redemption. He did that reboot.
So he's employable.
Yeah.
And he told some of the best Star Trek stories ever filmed.
He did. Season 4 of Enterprise is really underrated.
That's good. Good stuff. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Well, Captains, that's all the news we have to check out this week. Now let's find out what happened in the world of Star Trek gaming.
2350, please.
2350.
All right, we might as well just jump right into it, shall we? Oh, you know what? Why don't we do Eagle Moss right now? Why don't we just get that out of the way?
All right.
You mean like in line? Like
Yeah,
as we
right?
go?
Like as we should have been doing the last.
hey, we always fix it in post. Sorry, Brandon's on the job.
Yep, I got it, guys. I got it.
Brandon's on the job.
I put this sheet in the folder if you guys did not know that.
Yes, saw there last week. Thank you.
All right, so before we go into it, let's open up. So this is the last ship that they sent me, the Pathfinder.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one's the one that Like, I think
You want to give me a timestamp? Is it like 24:30?
No, we're not ready. We're not ready to.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, all right, let's unbox this Pathfinder. So now this is the one that Thomas Moroni designed. This is his redesign of Voyager, right? Isn't this his? I'm pretty sure this is his.
I think so.
I'm almost positive that this is Thomas Moroni. Let me see. Earth and Kronos from an Undine invasion, the United Federation of Planets. Blah, 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 blah.
Words. More words.
Words. I was elected to lead, not to read. 40 years ago, key component facility. Yeah, I'm almost positive that this is Thomas.
Well, this is why he should listen to the show so he can correct us if we're wrong. This is why you should listen to us live.
Is he on?
Delta Rising.
Is he on there? No, he's not on.
Signature style.
His loss. He could tell us exactly what we're doing wrong here.
Pathfinder. Yeah. Since he would be designing and building the ship himself, Moroni did not require fully rendered concepts illustrations to begin modeling the Pathfinder. Yeah, it's Thomas Moroni.
Nice. Excellent.
So,
Uh-oh.
so
That
this
was not me.
indeed Thomas Moroni.
That was someone in the kitchen being mad at dishes.
Someone's in the kitchen with.
You started that. Way to go.
I'm gonna start trying to figure out lyrics to put in there. Like, just I'm gonna start dropping. Now, admittedly, my portfolio of music theater lyrics is thin, but I'm gonna give it the college try here.
You can always build it up.
All right, so here is the Pathfinder. Come on, zoom.
Still kind of blurry. Maybe pull the background back a little bit. Getting better. Yeah.
I mean,
Do you have something with printing on it?
oh, nice.
Oh, I like that.
We're going through a gravitational disturbance, Captain. It's attacking our sensors.
Inertial dampeners are failing.
Quick, reverse polarity into the structural integrity field.
All right, maybe that. Okay, there we go.
We
All
just
right.
can't do it, Captain. We have no
British.
power.
Yeah, this is
Oh, that's nice.
Check out the underside of this ship, man. Look at that. Look at the details.
Wow.
Ooh, that's
One of the things I
nice.
like about the Star Trek Online ships is they
Look at
do put the color painting highlighting in there, so it's not just a big gray hole.
Look at
You know,
that.
there's spots, there's
Oh,
bits and
that's
pieces where
nice.
it's like where the black or dark gray is filled in, so you can.
I
do
like it.
Yeah.
Nice. But there's coffee in there.
Ah, there's coffee in that nebula. All right, so yeah, this is a gorgeous ship model. Honestly, I think that this has even more detail than some of the other ships. This looks armored, like it looks armored, and that's
Ooh.
kind of.
Can I buy one with the nacelles attached the proper way?
Let's see. Oh. No, you see what? No, hold on a second. I'm putting quite a bit of force right now into this. It ain't budging. It ain't budging.
They're sturdy little ships. Those
These
Eagle
are
Moss ones
sturdy.
are.
These are sturdy little ships indeed. All right. Okay.
And I'm
Eagle
getting
Moss.
one soon. Yay.
2815.
Right.
Okay, Eagle Moss in 3, 2. Captains, before we move on with Star Trek gaming news, we need to take a moment to thank our sponsor for this episode, Eagle Moss, and their Hero Collector line of starships from Star Trek Online. Captains, during the live broadcast recording of episode 488, we opened up Thomas Moroni's Pathfinder, and it is a beautiful ship, probably one of my favorites of all the ones we've unboxed so far. You see, this ship looks armored. It really does, and you can see the detail throughout the entire model. And the color scheme pops. You've got the black detail, the black lines popping against the light gray hull of the ship. It is just absolutely gorgeous. The underside is beautiful, and on the underside of the ship, you see the captain's yacht. The little captain's yacht's outlined, and it's like it pops. It's in 3D. It's like it's gorgeous.
The ships that Eagle Moss takes are from 3D renders from Star Trek Online. So if you see it on the screen as you're playing the game, you're going to see it in your hand as you pick it up and hold it and turn it over and zoom it over your head and then regretfully put it back on its stand because it's time to go do something productive.
Back in the stand. I put mine back in the box and back in the wrapping.
Don't hide it. Don't hide it. Let it breathe. Let it be
displayed
free.
it. No, I didn't want anything to happen to it. I don't have a place to display them all yet, but the one I got was really cool. The Romulan tactical warbird, which is gorgeous. It's the Vastum class, but they also had, isn't this a ships of like the flagships? They had the Baran, which is also very nice. And they had the Bortesque, and in addition to that
ship. They had
the Chimera.
The Chimera, yep.
Yeah, and the Jem'Hadar Vanguard carrier, which is really cool looking.
And they just announced they are releasing the Avenger,
Ooh.
the battle cruiser. I'm really excited about that one. It's actually on the back of this box that they sent me. So I'm really excited about that.
Gonna need that one.
So captains, it's the second to last episode. There's only a few weeks left to the end of the year. I'm sure many of you are scrambling to do your holiday shopping. So why not save 10% on a $30 ship, right? You're saving 10% on something that'll make any Trekkie or yourself very happy, very, very happy. Use code priority10, priority 10 at checkout, and you'll save that 10%. And don't forget that, and we almost forgot, they just announced, Eagle Moss today announced a 2-foot size Enterprise D that you can construct in parts. It's kind of like their DeLorean series. What? It's huge and it's massive. So you're going to want to check that out. We'll have links in the show notes. But for something a little more, last minute holiday shopping, or something a little smaller, or maybe you just kind of want to start dabbling in Star Trek ship collection.
And Kat, you can't put that back in the box. Once it's out, it's out.
All right.
So
I'll
again,
have to set it on my desk.
There you go.
If you're still figuring out what to get for that special someone, or you need to give somebody a hint on what to get, let them know they'll save 10% by using code priority10 at checkout over at Eagle Moss and their Hero Collector line of Starship. We thank Eagle Moss for their ongoing support of Priority 1. Kat, why don't you take this first one?
Give me time.
No. Let's just keep going.
She's good.
I'm just going to give it to whoever it is.
Okay.
Even though I swept out the last bit?
But Elijah talked a lot.
Yeah, because I talked a lot.
Oh, okay. I forgot. We just did the whole Eagle Moss thing. I didn't know that's where it really went in this show.
That's where it's supposed to go. But this time Brandon doesn't have to fix it in post.
Yay! Brandon's not the only one that edits the show.
I'm saying Brandon because he's here.
Oh, I see.
I'm using Brandon as an allegory for the entire wonderful audio staff, including Brandon, Rand, Daniel, Roscoe, Skiffy. Who am I missing?
Gray.
Yeah, Gray.
Gray's he's one of the newer ones. William.
Yeah.
Money.
The worst thing
Thanks,
you can say as a music producer. We'll fix it in post.
Yes,
we'll fix it in mixing.
All right. I feel bad for whoever's editing Stowe this week. Let's do Stowe.
Okay. As the angels wake, oh man, I was thinking I was going to read the next one, but all right. As the angels wake lockbox pops back into the far future, the Infinity lockbox gains a new old ship with a somewhat checkered past. The Deimos class pilot destroyer T6, possibly familiar as a synth frigate, reflects the 2411 Federation's focus on restoring older classes for duty. True, these ships took part in the 2385 Mars attack, but they were being piloted by suborned Soong synths at the time. Alliance engineers have retooled them for squishy organic hands now, so it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. The Deimos sports the standard 5-2 destroyer weapon layout with a 3-device, 5 tactical, 4 engineering, and 2 science console slots. For organic commanders, it hosts stations for commander, tactical /pilot, Lieutenant Commander Tactical/Intelligence, Lieutenant Commander Engineering, Lieutenant Science, and Ensign Universal Bridge Officers. As a destroyer, it supports experimental weapons like the kinetic feedback matrix, hitting targets hard and buffing energy weapon haste with every hit. Like you'd expect, the Deimos console is another weapon, an immolating phaser lance that stores and fires off in charges like the Omega torpedo launcher. Finally, the Deimos ship mastery trait, Formation Flying, summons 2 allied destroyers that fire their lances in time to yours, because the real treasure were the shipyards we destroyed along the way, maybe. Note that the Deimos class isn't the synth frigate we blew out of the Martian sky during the Synthwave TFO event. That synth frigate may or may not be part of the game in the future. Be sure to follow the link in our show notes to see the proper ship model.
All right.
You're reading the
know.
notes, and so am I. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I want to fly a destroyer, but I do like those pilot ships. I don't like the 5-2 layout.
Yeah, I never got into them. I thought I would because I tend to like escorts, but pilot ships and these destroyer ships are kind of squishy, you know, like you gotta,
Very.
and you got to zip around and make sure that, you know, you're not sitting in one place for too long so that the NPCs blow you up. Something about this ship got me thinking, and I think it has more to do with Panda's writing for this particular segment about how organic commanders, you know, us, you know, humans flying these ships, which were designed for synths, you know, it's supposed to be a joke. But how awesome would it be? I used to play a liberated Borg. You know what I would have loved? And I just thought of this now 10 years later. Something, a ship, it doesn't have to be a Borg ship, right? I know that players have always wanted to fly a Borg ship, but just a ship that would take advantage of alien species captain traits. You know, like, you know, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Am I making any sense?
So, well, I mean, I think so. Back in the day, when you made a character in Star Trek Online, some races, some species got certain traits that were species specific. Yeah. And what you're saying was you would like to have had a ship that if you had that particular trait or buff, that it would be amplified.
Yeah, I
Is
see
that
what
kind of
you're
where you're going
saying.
with that? Okay.
Like
that would be
liberated Borg would really be able to take full advantage of a destroyer like this, right? Because it's technology, it's synth technology, blah blah blah. Or the liberated Borg, you know, would have been able to a liberated Borg would have been able to receive a particular buff when flying the adapted Borg destroyer from way back in the day.
Oh, the Tal Shiar adapted battle cruiser and
Yep.
destroyer. But there's also the Borg Juggernaut, or the crap.
The big
Juggernaut,
blocky,
is it?
the blocky ship? Yeah.
Liberated.
The blocky thing from when Data, from when Lore took over the extra
Yes,
Borgs.
that.
That
so
thing.
Yes, you already have bonus traits depending on the species that you have, and you know your buffs. You want 2 humans on your bridge officers, or a combination of 2 humans and 2 of the Romulan bridge officers to help with X, Y, and Z. But I would love a ship that, you know, is really catered and tailored for a particular alien species.
That's interesting. Like the Andorians, you'd get extra cold damage or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you play a human, anything with a saucer, engineering hull, and 2 nacelles gives you all the bonus points because it's just plain vanilla. It's the plain vanilla starship.
Yeah, that was probably too hard because, I don't know. I could see why that would not be, but that's really kind of a cool idea.
There you go. That's for free there, Cryptic.
That's
You
for
take
free.
that and run with it.
So other than that, going back to the ship, what do we think? I mean, you know, is overall just
I mean, it's cool that, you know, they put it in the Infinity lockbox because I feel like if you're gonna open lockboxes, that's the best one to open. But again, I don't know. It seems like it's probably going to be a little too small and a little too squishy for my taste. I like a little survivability, but I also want some firepower.
right.
And I'm sure they're doing this on purpose, but every time I hear synth and synthwave and see one of these ships, I think immediately about Zoolander. I mean, I'm just thinking like angular weird ties and stupid looking suits with pointy ends and stuff like that. I just get
so
a
hot
complete.
right now.
It's
So hot right now.
so hot right
sensitive.
now.
It's so
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah, that's. I just get such a late '80s pastel, crazy fashion vibe.
I
Anyway.
will say this about the ship: I'm not too impressed by neither the starship trait, formation flying, which adds a pair of synth destroyers when activating a distress call. The experimental
Yeah.
weapon, the kinetic feedback matrix. Okay, you know,
I'm a damn admiral. I'll summon all the ships I want.
right?
You just summon all the ships. Like, I just get mad when they disappear. I'm like, who told you can leave? I'm the boss.
Right.
I summoned
What's-
you.
What's up, Nimbus Pirates? Come
That's
on.
right. You stick
You
around
guys-
until the job's done. I'm
You
gonna
guys are
summon
supposed to be
you.
helping me.
I'm gonna summon my emergency backup people. I'm gonna summon these guys. I'm gonna have 9 ships with me because I'm the admiral.
The phaser lance, interestingly, is not a one shot and then wait 20 minutes before you can use it again. This is, you get 6 shots out of this, and then there's some time in between those shots, but it's much more
Frequent.
frequent and usable than the other phaser lances, right?
It's what it sounded like. I mean, it didn't say what the cooldown was, but yeah, it said it would be like a set of charges. So it'd go, you'd have a group of them and then, cool down.
Well,
So-
captains, let us know if you let's make this. Oh wait, what's the next community question?
Oh, winter event, which we didn't even talk about because we
Okay.
probably did last time.
We'll
Wait,
we
you
didn't
d-
talk about the winter event.
The Tribble giveaway. You still have to do that section.
We haven't done
Yeah.
we haven't done any winter yet.
Oh, we didn't? I thought we did
No.
last
No.
week.
Maybe you did it for the Armada.
I
on
well,
Saturday.
it all kind of runs together.
What's
So
red?
much Star Trek.
What's red and white and furry all over and probably killed out? What's red, white, and furry all over? Shit, I added an and. What's red, white, furry all over and probably killed Edward Larkin? It's a Tribble! And from now until December 22nd, Cryptic and Tribble Toys are running a sweepstakes to give a large winter Tribble to 12 lucky winners. Each winner also receives a PC-only code for an in-game Black Alert Tribble. Head on over to Star Trek Online's Twitter announcement of the sweep. Head on over to Star Trek Online's Twitter announcement of this sweepstakes. Head on over to Star Trek Online's Twitter announcement of this sweepstakes via the link in our show notes. Rumor has it winter tribbles are especially fond of peppermints and gingerbread, so keep it away from your holiday candy stash or you'll be up to your Santa hat and tribbles. Don't feed them after midnight.
Wrong franchise.
True. Let's just ask a community question.
All right.
Go ahead, Kat.
Sorry, I was.
Oh, wait, maybe we did cover it last week. Is that
I'm
right?
like, I'm pretty sure we did because there's sweaters and dogs,
Oh,
know.
yeah, we talked about the hot chocolate dogs. Yeah.
whiskey
yeah,
dogs.
yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it!
For a second, I didn't know what he was talking about. Hot chocolate dogs. What? And then Kat said it the right way. Like, oh
Right.
yeah, that.
Whiskey/brandy dogs.
Right. Yes.
All right, Kat, why don't you sweep us out then?
Oh, we don't want to. Oh, we did do that last week, right?
That was
Our
last
community
week's
question?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you have
That-
any news from the Armada.
No.
All right.
I mean, other than
Then
the
let's sweep out.
usual. That's the news from Trek Games this week. Now let's look on screen for the newest episode in the Star Trek Multiverse.
4340.
We lost Brandon temporarily because his dogs were demanding.
Dogs are always demanding.
They are.
All right, so on screen now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, on screen. How about 4410?
Okay.
All right, on screen in 3, 2. Computer. Set Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Episode 8, The Sanctuary, on screen.
So many secrets. Did you want to emphasize that differently, Tony? So many?
Many, yes.
Okay. So many secrets. Book gets a message from his secret brother, who Burnham had never heard of, even though she and Book had worked together for a year. There's a plague of space locusts across the land. Then they go to a meeting with the Admiral where he gets talked into something he just ruled out a few seconds ago. He's persuaded by Saru's promise that he will run at the first sign of trouble, but Saru has a secret. The Discovery jumps to, Quajon?
Quajon, yeah.
The Discovery jumps to Quajon, where the location of everything under the protective shield is a secret. And after a few minutes of walking through what can only be described as flying jellyfish crossed with radioactive Smurfs, Book and Burnham are taken prisoner by Book's secret brother, who was hiding in the forest secretly. As it turns out, Book's brother was secretly calling for Book under false pretenses. He didn't want any help with the Jelly Smurfs. He wanted to capture Book and turn him over to the Emerald Chain. The Emerald Chain secretly wanted to use Book to recapture Rin, the stalkless Andorian. But the Discovery isn't going to let that happen because they have a secret ship stored in their shuttle bay with a cloaking device so they can secretly deploy the ship and attack the chain and make it look like the ship just appeared out of nowhere. What a great plan by number 1 Tilly. Except secretly, they didn't use the cloaking device, so it was blatantly obvious that, Except secretly, they didn't use the cloaking device, so it was blatantly obvious that the Discovery launched Book ships from the shuttle bay and attacked the criminal gangs.
Book ship.
Oh, damn it.
Just the one. It seemed like 8, but it was just the one.
I know. Except secretly, they didn't use the cloaking device, so it was blatantly obvious that the Discovery launched Book's ship from the shuttle bay and attacked the criminal gangster's flagship. And then Discovery links its plot beam generator to the Empathic Brothers Jelly Smurf drum circle. Oh my god, seriously.
Sorry, I should have put that in quotes.
I missed that earlier, but that's awesome. And then Discovery links its plot beam generator to the Empathic Brothers Jelly Smurf drum circle and move the space locust without restoring... Oh, that I can't read. Dang it. And then Discovery links its plot beam generator to the Empathic Brothers Jelly Smurf drum circle and move the space locust without And then Discovery links its plot beam generator to the Empathic Brothers Jelly Smurf drum circle and move the space locust without resorting to Orion pesticides. But there's one last secret. The secret Rin, the stalkless Andorian, has been carrying. The secret that no one else knows.
The secret that Rin.
Oh.
It kind of sounded like the secret Rin. Like Rin is a secret.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But there's one last secret. The secret that Rin, the stalkless Andorian, has been carrying. The secret that no one else knows and explains why the Emerald Chain is hunting him. His dangerous secret is there's a dilithium shortage.
All right. Before we jump into I have to sneeze again.
Good night.
Thanks.
Bless you.
My headphones almost came off on that one.
It sounded good.
Just for the record,
Powerful.
I'm not covering my mouth. I'm not worried about covering my mouth because there's nobody else in this office with me. Okay. Just don't judge me.
I wasn't gonna. You're in your own house. You're socially distanced. It's your own spit on your own carpet. You do you.
I have a little robot that takes care of that. All right, before we jump into the review, let's talk about some statistics. This episode was written by Kenneth Lin and Brandon Schultz, directed by the incomparable Jonathan Frakes. Could you tell? It aired on December 3rd, 2020. All right, let's jump right in. Tony, why don't you go first?
It was okay.
All right, let's talk about why it was okay. First, let's talk about where the episode lacked for you.
Once again, it was written by a third grader in crayon. Actually, a group of third graders in crayon who said, "Oh, and what if we did this?" And
Come
it
on,
just.
Tony.
I'm not kidding.
I know.
I'm not kidding.
Robert's got a little bit of a point. We shouldn't be that cynical.
No, I'm not being cynical. It's just a hot mess. It's
It is
just
not.
one plot hole after another. I mean, I understand. Again, it's one of those things. The concept is fine. We're going to go on a mission to help out one of these little planets that's isolated and being bullied. And we're going to show people that the Federation's around. And we're going to, start showing the flag again. And the Admiral says, no, I'm not going to risk your one-of-a-kind, incredibly potent military asset on a milk run. I'm not going to do it. 5 seconds after Burnham opens her mouth, they're doing it anyway. Fine, all right. But you got it. But no, you got to run first time trouble. Oh, Scout's honor, Admiral, says Captain Saru, the guy that's supposed to be in charge now. Scout's honor, I'll do that. Nope, not going to do that anymore. And we have a chance. It's a great idea to make it completely deniable. We've got a cloaked ship in the trunk. We'll fly the cloaked ship out. It can decloak. Everyone knows it's Book's ship. So Book can just appear and attack the Orions, and then the Federation will wash their hands of it. Except no, they just drive it out of the garage and start shooting.
All right, so other than the plot, is there
other than the plot? I
Yes.
couldn't tell about the space battle, and this disappoints me from Frakes. This disappoints me.
you couldn't what?
I couldn't tell what was going on in the space battle.
Really?
When they were
Really?
to me, they had a few shots where they had pulled back and showed the scale of the ship and what was actually happening, but
Yeah.
mostly they just looked in the window of the Apple store.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A little bit. I didn't. I thought it was. I think that the.
It
CGI,
translated to the planet too.
Yes, I think that the CGI, but in all fairness, though, I think that the CGI and these ship battles and these ship cinematic moments are much better than seasons past.
They're pretty. It's undeniable. They're pretty. There's no. I mean, I'm not going to say it's eye candy for sure, but conveying what's happening and why they're doing it and why it's important and how it's moving the plot along, that it really falls down for me because they, like I said, they just stupidly drove the thing out of the garage. But even beyond that, why is what Detmer's doing the way to hurt the ship, right? And if they're just flying over and over and over, trying to hit the one spot, why is that hard or difficult? Why is it a challenge? What is it about the arrangement of things in space and the different sizes and scales? What makes that a challenge? Why is it so cool that she went on manual overdrive or whatever?
Because she's dealing with her issues.
I thought I was supposed to stop commenting about the script.
Let's talk a little bit about
liked
that,
it.
Kat. Why don't you tell us a little bit about?
Well, I didn't. I actually really enjoyed this episode. Surprisingly, I think it might be my favorite episode so far. I liked because Detmer was taking control of things. She was feeling, I liked the Detmer stuff. I liked the Giorgio stuff. I like that
10,
Saru.
9, thump.
Yeah, I like that Saru backed up Burnham instead of making Burnham go off and do her own thing and be insubordinate again. But he actually supported
By being
her.
insubordinate himself?
Yeah, but persuading the Admiral to be like, we got this, it's fine. But I actually thought it was not that bad. I liked it.
Nobody's gonna bring up the fact that Detmer took manual control with Oculus Rift controls, just like Jonathan Frakes took control of the Enterprise with a joystick. Come on.
She had dual ones.
I know,
though, right?
I know. That had to have been Frakes. That had to have been Frakes' idea.
Of course it was Frakes with the manual control.
And
How
just
are they
like it was
going to
completely-
show? How are they going to show manual control otherwise?
Did I not say how I was disappointed? Did I not say that part out loud? I was disappointed in Frakes.
Why? Oh, because you don't like the joystick thing. You hate
That
the
was
joystick
that
thing.
that knocked him off of it's
No.
Nicholas
On the
Meyer.
contrary. You see, I think I give him props for giving you the middle finger and doing the joystick thing. I give him props.
Doubling
for that.
down on the joystick
Yes,
thing.
doubling down.
Doubling
with
down.
Oculus Rift controllers.
With two controllers, he's doubled down. Okay.
This season is it started off strong, and now I have no idea what the heck's going on. I thought it was a strong start. I thought that we were on our way to the burn. What is the burn? What happened to the burn? And then suddenly everything shifted to the big bad Orion, right? And
The unidentifiable accent.
with the unidentifiable accent, and I'm still kind of scratching my head as to why Orions look like they got stung by a bee.
All of them, they're all allergic.
I know. But I think they're just trying too hard. I really just think that they're trying way too hard.
Too. Did you know that the Orion Osira was Margot Kidder's a relative daughter, granddaughter, some relative of Margot Kidder?
Oh,
By the way,
Underneath the puffy makeup, I can see the resemblance. But
yeah.
So I enjoyed the first part because we started to get some answers. We started to see a direction about what this burn is. But I really just, like I said, I think that they're trying too hard. There was a very nice moment between Stamets. I'm still learning her name. Their name. I'm still learning.
Adira?
Adira, yes. There was a really nice moment between Stamets and Adira, right? The fact that they explained that they do not identify with standard gender norms. I think that was a relatively familiar Star Trek moment. Albeit, I feel like these moments tend to be forced in the plot.
Oh my God.
Too hard.
Yes. Thank you for saying that for me.
And I wish that they would just relax. I think that's the problem in the writer's room, is that they're so wound up about, what is Star Trek, what isn't Star Trek, that how much can we fit in that's a morality play, how much can we fit in that's entertaining without sacrificing just logic. And I'm not talking about Vulcan logic. I'm just talking about plot logic.
Right. I want to contrast what you just said right there. I want to contrast the toothbrush scene in season 1 with Hugh and Paul
Stamets. Yeah.
So with Stamets, and so contrast that with. I actually want to compare with when Adira says, "I want to be called. I want you to use they." Right. It was just. I'm talking to you here. I'm taking a leap. I'm telling you this is how I feel. We work together. It's important to me that you do this for me. And he goes, all right. And scene, right? Like, okay, right? All right, that's fine. And the next scene, they do the spacey magic-y things about people in her head. All right, fine. But they don't mention it again, right? It's like, that thing happened, and we're going to move on, and this is no big deal. And then they go back, and they just hammer it over and over. They have a whole conversation with Adira right there. And I think I counted 8 uses of the word they or there. And I'm counting because they, like, pause when they're about to say
right.
Just so you know it's happening. Like, guys, enough is enough. Just do it, deliver what you're going to deliver, and then let the audience just soak in it a little bit.
Right. The audience needs to soak in it, right? They need to just bask in what's happening. And so, here we are halfway into the season. And we're still trying to be introduced to the big baddie. I don't know. I don't know the direction. I feel like they've gone 4 steps back with Burnham. I thought that the season started pretty well with the direction they were taking her, and then all of a sudden, in the opening scene, right? Culber is diagnosing Giorgio, right? And they're having a conversation, and he's about to start the tests, and jump cut. All of a sudden, Burnham's there. Like, what? Who? What? Who invited you? Where'd you come from? Why are you there? Why?
I actually felt the opposite this episode. Other people had things to do. I mean, other people had stuff that needed to happen. That helps drive the plot
but I mean
forward.
that in the moment, she just suddenly is in the med bay. Like, who called you? Who invited? Why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you
in the
chiming
scene?
in? You're not a doctor. Why?
Right.
What's going on? What? So the writers have good intentions, but they keep fumbling. They keep
contractual obligations.
Football game.
Like, she has to be in 30% of the scenes or something.
Maybe
that could be a thing.
That's what it is. We were talking earlier in Trek It Out about the anthology. We were talking earlier in Trek It Out about the anthology series on Amazon Prime, Electric Dreams. We've mentioned The Mandalorian, right, which is its contemporary right now, airing almost simultaneously. And yet Mandalorian. Look, I didn't like the first part of season 2 of Mandalorian, and I have a point to why I'm diverting here. Is the first part of Mandalorian, the first season, was a lot of the same from season 1, and it was like watching a video game. Go. Here's a quest. Talk to your NPC. Do the quest. Come back. Reap your rewards. It was a video game. The Mandalorian has been a video game. But these last 2 episodes, man, have been darn good. Darn good of the Mandalorian, and yet simple. And the point I want to make is, as I watch I am in no way a Star Wars fan, like a big fan. I don't know Star Wars nearly as much as I know Star Trek. And yet, I watch The Mandalorian, and I can go, oh, that's that guy from that thing on that thing, right? Oh my God, that's so cool. And I don't know diddly squat about it, but I'm still getting excited about it. Star Trek is really struggling on capturing that magic.
Well, that's the difference, is that there's a vision on Mandalorian about what it's supposed to be. And let me pitch this to you, and maybe the water's under the bridge and the moment has passed, but hopefully, fingers crossed, Discovery wants to be Mandalorian. Like the Admiral finally gets it into his head that, okay, this Discovery is going to be the most valuable when I send them off to random places where they appear out of nowhere, where we keep everyone in the quadrant off balance because you never know when Discovery is going to show up. So what I need to do is I need to send them on stupid little milk runs and big important missions completely at random so that no one knows what's coming next, which would also be really good TV because you could then just beam them into anything. Right. You could drop them anywhere on the quadrant in any place and have something important happening, or have a little human interest story about the family farm can't find enough locust repellent. I mean, you could do anything with it. And that's what makes The Mandalorian interesting and fun, is because you don't know if they're going to fight against the big bad guy this week, or if they're going to have to go to a repair shop on Tatooine where all the robots are crazy. Right. Because it could go either way, and it could be entertaining either way. Right. Maybe, fingers crossed, that's what they have in mind, but I doubt it.
Yeah, and you know what else Mandalorian has is that it's not trying to just beat you over the head with canon, like it just folds it in so naturally. So my God, it's magical. So good. So
smooth.
Yeah, and it's not like it's so well done. It's not like what, hey, we're going to give you a hologram of Spock, which is not terrible, but you could have maybe did that.
The strings and the piano in the background kind of over. So it's like, they're like, look at this, it's Mr. Spock.
Right. And this goes to Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau knows how to do science fiction.
And Dave Filoni.
And Dave Filoni for sure.
I mean, it just, Jon Favreau was also involved with the Orville, and Orville's another great series. I mean, just it's just another well-told series, right?
Yeah, I feel like you're right, and they're trying too hard. They're trying too hard. They just need to
just go on an adventure, guys. Go on an adventure. I want to let's have fun, man.
That's why I thought this episode was okay. This one was as closest to just an adventure.
Yeah, I liked Book and his brother, the secret brother, and Giorgio, what was going on with her.
Just everyone has one.
But the planet, I mean, I like this episode over some of the others.
They could use this as a template, is what I'm saying. This could be how Discovery works.
I don't like this. I don't know that I would like this episode to be. I think there were two or three episodes ago that was like a decent, like, this felt like a traditional formula, right? I remember, wasn't that like 2 or 3 episodes?
Except they can't do traditional formula because they're in the future and it's been a year and they put canon in a blender. Putting canon in a blender absolutely works if you are going to just bounce, right? This week we're going to be here. This week we're going to be there.
I want to take a moment to look ahead, because I don't know if you guys watched the After Trek with
Will Wheaton.
And they gave that sneak peek into next week's episode, and in that sneak peek, it looks like they're going to try to fold in the Kelvin universe, and I have a feeling it's gonna. I watched the scene where Cronenberg explains it, and he's talking about what it means and what Giorgio's going through and blah blah blah, and it's gonna get convoluted, man. This whole Star Trek multiverse thing is convoluted as the DC universe, and it's one of the reasons why I don't like DC, and I have a hard time following DC is because of this, Earth A, Earth B, multiverse, JJ verse, and now it looks like there's going to be somebody is crossing from the JJ verse into our universe who's also something mirror. It's just, man, my head's going to hurt. I have a feeling my head's really going to hurt next week. Yeah, man.
Well, it's a violation of the temporal wars to come from the past into the future.
That's
true. You can't leave the past and travel to the future, because then you'd be in trouble.
Did we talk about Tilly being awesome in this episode, though? I love the scenes with her and her husband. Like, I love it because she's all, oh, nah. You come in here with some respect, mister.
She's getting better lines and good lines, and she's, doing that, but they are absolutely treating the executive officer of the ship like the executive assistant. She is totally Pepper Potts. And and that's just, no. She should not be walking around with the captain's pad and like saying, and now you have an appointment at 10, and this is where we're at, and we're doing on that. No. She's supposed to be like in her office, like crunching performance reviews and getting supply problems sorted out between department heads and mitigating stuff so the captain never sees it. That's what an executive officer does. She's not an executive assistant. She's an executive officer. And they have not figured that out over there in the writer's room.
But she did. It was funny to watch. It's funny you mentioned that, Kat, because you can tell that those two love each other, and they could not hide that shit. They couldn't hide it. They couldn't.
It was adorable.
It was these two actors who are married, and you could see it in their eyes. They're just loving each other in their eyes, even though they're playing two separate characters, which is adorable. And we're peeking behind the curtain a little bit. And you may not have picked up on it, knowing that the Andorian guy is Mary Wiseman's husband in real life. Watch it again and watch those scenes. The two of them have this little spark that only a couple will have, would have, and that only a couple would have when that can then bring it on stage, bring it into the scene.
I thought it was because Tilly was growing as a character and relaxing into her role as the executive officer of the ship, and she was feeling more comfortable with herself and in command of what was going on. But I guess not. Never mind.
No, I think it was more that she just like telling her husband what to do.
Yeah, maybe.
It seems likely.
Peeking again behind the curtain. But you know what, Tony? There's also that too. Is that Mary Wiseman is owning the role, and so
one could hope.
She's doing well. All right. I think that about wraps it up for this week and on screen for our penultimate episode. What do you guys think?
Yes, I agree.
Kat, sweep us out.
Oh, my bad. Hold, please.
Hold, please.
That wraps up this week's on screen for Star Trek Discovery. Now let's open hailing frequencies and see what's incoming.
Did Anthony wrote in the chat earlier that I don't know if we ever actually
got
got
one
any
or
feedback.
two.
We got like one or two. Okay.
Maybe we didn't.
We got.
Wait, do we?
2.
No, maybe we don't.
Yeah, he said he
No,
did.
because this is all Jeopardy stuff.
Oh.
Wait, is it?
All right. Yeah. No, we can do one. All right. So Tony, that was we ended at 1:30. 1:07:30. All right, and then feedback and closing is going to be 1 hour 8 minutes. All right. Feedback and closing in 3, 2. Well, captains, hailing frequencies are now open, and we're ready to receive all of your incoming messages.
Didn't have a community question last week, but we always appreciate it when you contribute to the discussion, like... Go, Kat.
Kat, you read Sean Newboy.
Oh, that's me. Sean Newboy wrote us on PriorityOnePodcast.com. Love the episode, everyone. Thanks again, Dr. Hurt. I still am sad over Arecibo. Next time, the good doc... Oh, next time the...
not Arecibo.
Oh. Love the episode, everyone. Thanks again, Dr. Hurt. I still am sad over Arecibo. Next time the good doctor is going to be on and you get a chance, do they have any long-term theoretical plans for any ground-based observatories on the dark side of the moon? Good question.
Someone's been listening to Guard Frequency. Because that's what we talked about on our show. Because it's the perfect...
Wow.
Yeah, it's the perfect place. There's lots of natural craters, obviously. so that you can put a big old dish in any one of those natural craters. And if you put it on the dark side of the moon, it's always shielded from radio transmissions from Earth because the bulk of the moon's always behind you. So you can and it orbits once a month, so you get a view of the entire sky at least once a month. And so it would be the perfect spot. Of course, it would be ridiculously expensive to try to do that.
Well, probably China already did. And didn't tell anyone.
They're building one. That's why they're sending all the probes. They're sending one up.
I mean, they already put their flag up, but you have a flag.
Yeah,
their flag up there.
Well, that wraps up episode 489 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. But there are more great shows available to you on the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Just visit podcasts.roddenberry.com for a complete list. Then be sure to subscribe to them all and share them with your friends.
And we can't forget to send a special thanks to some of our Patreon supporters like David K. Rutley, Peter Archibald, Gerald Bosch, and David K. Rutley, Peter Archibald, and Gerald Bosch.
And here's a reminder of our community questions for this week. Are you more excited for Star Trek Discovery Season 4, Picard Season 2, Lower Deck Season 2, The Orville Season 3, the finale for The Mandalorian this season? Where's Grogu? What's going to happen to Grogu?
You get your hands off my Baby Yoda.
And also, now that Star Trek Online's winter event has arrived, will you be... Oh, we don't need to...
We didn't do that one.
Captains, it's important to us that you get your voice heard and that you participate in the conversation. Leave us a comment on our website at PriorityOnePodcast.com, on our Facebook page at Facebook.com/PriorityOnePodcast. Or you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at PriorityOnePod.
And if you're still craving more, be sure to spend time with Winters, Anthony, Thomas, Gray, me, plus the rest of the Priority One Armada. Saturday nights, the Armada broadcasts live to review the latest news from Star Trek Online and the Armada community, including spotlighting some of our amazing members. With regular giveaways, there's something for all Star Trek Online players, whether you're new or a veteran. Follow us on all our social media accounts for broadcast times, and if you'd like to join the Armada, visit PriorityOneArmada.com.
Sorry, I was talking. This episode
Revenge is so
One,
sweet, isn't it?
This episode of Priority One Podcast is brought to you by our patrons through patreon.com. Captains, during these difficult times, we are humbled by, and this whole year, the fact that so many of you have continued to support Priority One Podcast through Patreon is just remarkable. Thank you so very much. We would not have been able to do it without you. So thanks. And if you want to join the family and be a part of things like special loot boxes or special codes whenever I get a chance to grab them, and other special perks, check us out over at patreon.com/PriorityOne.
And don't forget to tune into Priority One Productions' Guard Frequency podcast at guardfrequency.com. Each episode, the Guard will take you inside the universe of your favorite space sims, including a tabletop adventure played out by your hosts. And Heroes Rise brings you up to date in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Learn all about the latest publications, tools, tips, tricks, and traps in less time than it takes to skin a wyvern. Head over to heroesrisepodcast.com to discover their secrets.
Thanks to our audio editors, including Gray, Brandon, William, Rand, Daniel, Wasco, really?
Wabbit.
Wasco. Thanks to our audio editors, including Gray, William, Rand, Daniel, Roscoe, Skiffy, and Brandon, who also acts as our live stream technician. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks to our producer, Jake, and associate producers, Shane and Thomas. Together, they help us organize and write up our summary of the weekly headlines from the Star Trek Multiverse. Thanks to our social media manager, Anthony. Thanks to our graphic artist, Henry, with support from Jason of the Priority One Armada. Thanks to the composer of our theme music, Chris Watts. But most importantly, a big thanks to you, the Star Trek community, our listeners, because without your ongoing support, none of this would be possible. 1:13:42.
Where's Wasco?
Where's Wasco?
There's a Wasco.
Oh my God, we had to make that a thing.
What a Wasco-y wabbit.
So good.
All right, captains. So next Tuesday we are recording our final episode of the year.
Yep.
Tell your friends. Tell your wives, tell your husbands, tell your friends, tell your partners. And we'll be Tuesday night, 9:00 Eastern time. Then with that episode will be an interview with Star Trek Online's executive producer, Andre Emerson, along with community manager Mike Fatum.
Gonna be awesome.
That'll be fun. That'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. We're gone for 2 weeks. We got Navidad y el Año Nuevo. Vamos a celebrar. This Saturday we got a little party going on for our patrons, a little virtual hello, and so check that out. Until then, I think we're done here.
So much end of year goodness.
So much end of year goodness.
Bye, y'all.
All right,
everybody.
everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks to all of you in the chat, to Jamal, to David, another patron of ours. Thank you so very much. Who else was up in here?
And thank you,
people.
thank you everybody for
Cairo-
tuning in. Sorry.
No, that's all right. Cairo left because we got a little too political for him, but I'm not hurt.
Oh, he said because it was after 3 a.m, not because we got political.
That's not what he said in the chat.
Well, he said it was a factor,
Oh, I
not
see.
the main reason.
Don't worry, David. We'll figure we'll figure something out for our patrons. Maybe we'll,
David
Dude,
Rutley.
wait.
2
we
weeks.
could do maybe we could do after hours, I guess, on Tuesday, right? I guess we could.
Well, we can't get behind in the broadcast schedule.
That
I
is
mean,
true.
They're not
we're
going to
gonna
quit.
be.
They're not going to quit posting those shows to the CBS
so
All
maybe
Access thing.
We'll do. So you know what? Yeah, maybe we'll do. We'll jump on an hour on Tuesday nights and we'll do after hours for our patrons. How about that? Maybe we can do that because that one's unedited, unscripted, and it's not going to land on any of the holidays. So we'll do it then. All right. Until next week, captains. We'll see you here on Tuesday night. Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Hey,
Bye,
good night, guys.
y'all. See ya.